All right, what up, what up? It's the All Grind Sports Show, episode 5, I believe.
I believe so.
Back at you once again. I go by the name of JC, and I'm here with my two wonderful guests today. Of course, y'all know my guy, Isaiah Anthony, in the corner. And then we got a new special guest who also happens to be a Raider fan. I don't know, I just keep finding him everywhere. Can't get away from it. Got one of my OGs, my mentor, Daryl. We got a lot to get into today, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through, first of all. Appreciate everybody who's been tuning in and just sharing and liking, commenting, and all your feedback, man. We've been so we appreciate y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been and sharing. Continue to help us take it to the furthest extent. And that being said, man, let's get into it. This is our official Super Bowl preview. We got the Los Angeles. I ain't got my Rams today, but I'm Los Angeles repping still. We got the Rams, and we got the cover this guy refuses to take down. So I had a whole conversation, and he just
my boy Joe Shiesty. I'm telling you, he's gonna get it done Sunday. That's why I'm looking like this. I ain't got no fur like him. I ain't got no money like him. But I put on some shades, put on a nice wool coat. You feel me? Yeah. I think he's gonna get it done this Sunday.
Yeah, your energy a whole lot different than last week. Last week you was, oh man, maybe I figured. Now you coming ready for smoke today.
Week after week, man, Joe showing me he that boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I kept on doubting him. I can't doubt him no more. He's showing me he that boy. He done showed me he that boy at LSU. He done showed me he that boy in Cincinnati. So, hey, I'm rolling with Joe Shiesty on Sunday.
You believe in the Cinderella run? You think it's gonna finish with a happy ending?
I think so. I think so. I think this team can get it done. They are real resilient, man. Like we said, against the Titans, he got sacked, 9 times? And still got it done. So, I don't know any other quarterback who done got it done like that in the playoff game, get sacked 9 times. He the only second quarterback to beat Mahomes. So, I mean.
So, like Isaiah said, this dude got sacked 9 times in one football game. Then, take it a step further than that. He got sacked the most times in the league.
Right.
See, I ain't even know
and
that.
he in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So the kid is tough as nails, first of all, and coming off ACL surgery and got sacked that many times.
Right.
And it's still, not only is he still balling, got his team in the ball. So the kid is tough as nails. That Aaron Donald and of Leonard Floyd, these guys, that's just not gonna. They could sack him literally,
You don't think
9 times, bro, and he gonna keep coming back.
Titans? Are you serious right now? That's like historically.
I think he showed that the sacks don't matter, bro. You can sack him one play, he'll get up and throw it.
AD leads in pressure since he's been in the league. Like damn near double.
That's what I'm saying.
We understand that. We get that. But this, like he said, he tough as nails. That don't matter to him, bro. Hold on. They just posted a clip of when he was playing UCF. And it was a pick 6. Bro got knocked off his shoulders. Right after that, he ain't lost the game in the playoffs since, college or NFL.
Yeah,
that boy for real. That boy like that. He like that. It's gonna take a whole lot more than sacking him, bro. You're gonna have to make him turn the ball over or something. It's gonna have to be some strip sacks.
You got the pressures alone, and then you got Ramsey right there when if he get in the panic mode, and you might want to avoid that side.
If Ramsey is gonna follow Chase,
right,
he got his hands full.
Ramsey don't really be following as much as I think he should. So I'm not sure if he really is gonna follow Chase like that.
They if they smart, they will do that. And if he does that, he's gonna have his hands full. And then that other cat, I don't see him handling T. Higgins. I really don't. He had some big catches against the Chiefs.
Definitely.
Coming down the stretch of that ball game, man. And then ain't nobody even talking about Mixon. Like he just regular.
Oh, for that's how they got down there in the first place. I said that.
I was just about to say
that. He had a great year. He had a great season. Nobody, it's like it's because of Burrow. You know what I mean? Burrow's taking up all of the pub and all that. But Mixon, look at his numbers. Yeah. He had a fantastic season.
And his numbers was a little underwhelming last year compared to the year before too. So you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that they having these numbers with a mediocre line. Like, can you imagine next year if they finally get him a left tackle or somebody like that who can help solidify that line? But boy, they might have a little dynasty going up there in Cincinnati.
They wanted to get a tackle the draft where they got Jamar Chase, but Burrow was like, man, just get my boy first. We'll worry about the
Exactly. He was right. I mean, you can't blame him.
He was right. Yeah, he was right. Now, he just made a case for organizations listen to their quarterback, man. In certain picks.
Cough.
Call a guy and be like, what you think, man? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he opened that up for young quarterbacks getting listened to. Because I feel like you can't tell me they're not going to Rodgers or Wilson or Brady, you know what I'm saying, before they...
No, they not going to Rodgers or Wilson. I can tell you that right now. Because if they was going to Rodgers or Wilson, they would have been got Rodgers a second wide receiver. Yeah, because it took Jordan. They would have been got Russell Wilson some offensive line help. They not going to them too.
You know, I feel like they had a chance to get Cobb and then Aaron Rodgers kind of chimed in like, hey, yeah, why don't we go ahead and bring Cobb back? But I don't think like in the draft, they saying, hey, Aaron, who should we take? That's kind of what Burrow did. It was like, that's their first pick. Normally an organization is not going to listen to a player in that situation. But it ain't like Jamar Chase was like some far stretch of some long shot at some first round pick. But still, organizations usually treat the first round picks like money almost, man. So they did the right thing by listening to this kid, obviously, man. Shit, look where they are.
Right. So I mean, that being said, Gerald, what percentage of a chance do you give the Bengals to win on Sunday?
Man, I really, they beat the Chiefs.
Right.
And
they've damn near been underdog all playoffs. So it's like,
and the job that they did defensively in the second half of that football game,
and overtime.
And honestly, I ain't seen nobody except Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl, perhaps, D Mahomes up like that, for a half or in Tampa Bay's case, it was 2 halves. But so with all that said, if they come out with that type of defensive effort against the Rams from the first quarter on, they can beat the Rams, bro. Rams are not even like favored in my mind. If they play defense, if the Bengals play defense like that, they're going to have their trouble with 99 like everybody else does. But they can run the football. They got them 2 wideouts back there outside. This is a challenge for the Rams. Like, I don't know why it's so, one-sided. I feel like this is like a kind of like an even game. So, I give the Bengals a great chance.
The Chiefs game?
Huh?
You feel that way about the Chiefs game? Did you think that they had a chance, like they legitimately had a good chance to beat the Chiefs?
So they beat the Chiefs to go to the playoff, right? To the last game of the season for them, right? Was
the last game, yeah.
Well, was the Chiefs game, right?
Right.
A game in which the same thing happened. I think the Chiefs was winning.
And then they came back.
They came back and snatched them again. So I'm looking, I looked at that coming into the playoff game. I was thinking Mahomes was going to do it at home. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't think it was going to be like how they did us.
Right.
We, honestly, it just show you how weird matchups are because we played the Bengals down to the last play of the football game. We threw an interception, they got the ball and kneeled, and then game was over.
Right.
We couldn't get within 4 touchdowns of the Chiefs, bro. Yeah. And then the Bengals beat the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Twice.
Right.
So, you know, we lost to the Bengals too in the regular season as well. But I'm saying in the playoff game, we came real close to beating them. A couple plays go different way. In that game, we beat the Bengals. So, and then we could not even get close to beating the Chiefs. It looked like we shouldn't even been on the same field with them. So it's my hat's off to the Bengals, bro.
So you're saying you've seen enough to think that, like, you know,
yeah,
you counted them out long enough.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cinderella off of it in my mind. This is just gonna be a good football game, man. You know, the corporate crowd is not really a home crowd for the Rams. Those are rich people at the game.
Right.
So, you know, it'll be a little advantage for Rams as far as fans, but I don't think enough to, like, carry, you know, help them in no, like, fourth quarter situation where, you know, they need the crowd to be loud for Burrow so he can't hear or something like that. I don't think we'll have anything like that. So, yeah, I'm thinking Bengals, man.
But the crazy thing about it, though, is that, like, the way I lost my damn train of thought. Where was I going with? Oh, the way the game was starting with the Chiefs and Bengals, I know for sure I was one of the people where I was like, man, yeah, this a wrap. It was
almost turned.
Once the second touchdown happened, when it was 14-3, I was like, oh yeah, this one.
It was 21-3. Wasn't it?
I was about to say it was 21-3.
No, it went to 21-3, but I'm saying before that.
Almost turned.
So it was like, you know, there was something there to where it's like, okay, this is about to go the way it's supposed to go. And maybe the Chiefs just took their foot off the gas and was looking at the Super Bowl quicker than it was supposed to. So because of that, I'm thinking it's a possibility that the Rams can have the same kind of trajectory, but instead, from the time it starts to the time it finishes, do not take your foot off the gas. So I'm thinking that that's more of a possibility. But I also am worried about the Rams coming into it and thinking like, oh well, man, we just got that Niners monkey off our back because they beat us 6 in a row, and we don't got to deal with the Chiefs. So cool, like, you know, we pretty much should be able to cruise to a Super Bowl. If we come with that type of mentality and start that game off like that, we gonna learn real quickly. You know why you don't.
Well, I think it's enough of them around still from the Patriot loss in the Super Bowl, where I think that ain't gonna be a problem. They gonna, you know, they want to win this damn game, man.
You would think that, but then look what just happened 2 weeks ago.
Against who?
When the Rams played, when we played the Bucks and we was up, and you know what I'm saying, damn near became the new Falcons.
Bro, that game right there had me really thinking about the game as entertainment, man. Like they was putting on a production for us. When Stafford was looking over here and the dude hiked the ball, I'm like, okay, man, so is this shit scripted or what? I really thought they was going to have Brady come back and win and all that, bro. I was really thinking that way. But
you know, a thing I was saying on Twitter a lot was people saying they felt like it was a script gone wrong. Like it was supposed to be what you just said. Brady made the comeback, win the game, but you know, Cooper Kupp has something else to say about that script.
Yeah. Perhaps you never know, man. You never know because, dude, stuff just started. Like exactly what couldn't happen for the Rams start happening. Like one after one. I don't know.
No, when they
beat them.
4th and 1, when they got that last 4th and 1, and Fournette ran it straight in to the right. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as hell.
Yeah.
You know, we had less than a minute to get down there. I think
somebody hit Brady a little bit late and a little bit high. Was that Donald that had his mouth bleeding?
I think so.
Man, I haven't been so tickled, man, watching a football game in a long time, bro. When Brady was walking off that field with his mouth bust. Oh man, I said he's gonna retire.
That gives him more of the toughness aspect. That made Brady look good. You know what I'm saying? Like he out there doing the dirty work, taking the lifts and all that.
Also, you 40 plus, you get to ask yourself, what am I doing out here? So shit like that start happening. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm gonna let these youngsters have this, man. And he did. You see, he stepped away. So I'm glad y'all got a piece of him on the way out, bro.
Oh no, for sure. We needed that back anyway from what was it, 2019?
Yeah.
We got back.
Yeah.
Isaiah, what percentage do you give the Bengals on Sunday?
Sunday's game gonna be a 50-50 game. Like we said.
50-50?
Yeah, it's gonna be 50-50 game. The Rams, like he said, there's plenty of them still left over from that loss against the Patriots. Even though Jalen wasn't on that team, he has lost to Tom.
Jalen wasn't there yet?
I don't think so.
No, they had Akeem Talib and Marcus Peters, I believe.
We already done. So I think we had to have Ramsey at that time.
No, I think.
I'm not sure he was on that team because I'm pretty sure he was still with the Jaguars suffering. And then
I want to say that, it was Akeem Talib and Marcus Peters played in the Super Bowl.
Players, huh? OBJ, Ramsey.
Yeah. So, Ramsey real hungry because he felt like that Jaguars team could have won the Super Bowl if Miles Jack wouldn't have been called down. And like we said, we done seen Joe Burrow isn't affected by the noise. He done played in the SEC. And I can guarantee you, an SEC stadium on rivalry Saturday, like Florida versus LSU or LSU versus Alabama, gets much louder than any NFL stadium. Any NFL stadium. And so the noise ain't really going to affect them. We seen that pressure. I mean, it affects every quarterback, but he's willing to sit in the pocket, take them hits, and make the right throws and make the right reads. I will finally put some trust in your boy Stafford. He's gotten to the big game. He's done what needs to be done. I was calling him Stat Pad for this whole time, but he's finally got that monkey off his back. So
that's funny.
I never heard that one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a 50-50 game. It depends on who wants it more. If the Rams come out there with that lackadaisical, we done got the 49er monkey off our back and we think we can beat these boys, yada yada this. They're gonna meet that boy Joe Shiesty.
That was my next question. Is there anything to be said about the high that the Rams might be on from finally getting that Niners monkey off their back, like as far as the momentum carried into this next game?
A little bit, but they do have vets like Von Miller and AD to say, hey, bro, nah, job not done. Like
no, for sure.
We done been
Donald is that's who Burrow need to be worried about. I don't think anybody on that field is going to be hungrier than AD come Sunday.
And Woody is hurt, but he's still there though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he was there for the Patriot loss. Mm-hmm. So you got somebody in just about every room.
Another person
besides quarterback.
Another person that was in that game. The only person that scored a touchdown for the damn Patriots, Sonny Michel.
Right. Yeah. That's ironic, huh? That's ironic. Yeah. Absolutely. So, I don't think that the Niner hangover will be a factor. I think what it is, what we got to worry about, or not worry about, or just looking forward to seeing is, like this playoffs have showed us, this thing is going to go all the way to the wire, bro. Maybe overtime. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. All the way.
We had an overtime Super Bowl game. I don't think I remember one.
The last one I remember is Falcons versus Patriots.
That went OT. Huh?
Yeah, it did go to OT because remember Tom Brady led him all the way back, tied it up at the end of the fourth quarter, and then it went to OT. They was the first team to score. I'm not sure if any other games went to OT.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, I would rather prefer that. I'd rather us just take care of business and get these niggas out of here. Because clearly they battle tested at this point.
The game where that game came down to that Matty Ice.
Yeah, that was
the last take a sack right there, Matty Ice. And then what does Matty Ice do? He takes a sack.
Yeah, that was the last game.
Let me ask you this, since you're here speaking of overtime. What you think about the OT rule? Do you think both teams should get a chance, or you think your defense should get a stop, and if you don't,
both teams do get a chance. Now, what used to be killer is when basically in the NFL the game is over when the team got to the 30 because you know that their kicker can make that. So that was boring. They took that out. You can't just win on a field goal. So my response to all of that is D up, bruh. Sorry. D up. I know y'all tired, but they usually pause in between the fourth and OT, get a coin flip, a couple commercials in there. I mean, go over there and drink some water, man, or some Gatorade or something, man, and hope you win the toss. But if you don't, D up. Shit, that's all you should. You know, you can't, we're not about to have grown men out there lining up at the 25 and going back and forth like they do in college, man. We'll be there all night. You know what I'm saying? If they just lined up at 25 and did that thing.
It was even some people saying like, oh, let them play the whole 15 minutes. I'm like, come on, man. Like,
what? Yeah.
All damn thing.
I don't know about
the game is 60 minutes.
I don't know about the whole 15 minutes, but it's just with the league that we in now, these quarterbacks we've seen, like, this is only the second time in the playoffs that the team who didn't win the coin flip has won the game out of the 12 times that it's going to OT in the playoffs.
But all of them teams didn't lose because they didn't get a chance. Some of them just didn't.
I feel you, but over half of them was on the first possession. So it's still somewhat of a problem because these quarterbacks are so good. Like, bro, we all thought it was over as soon as Mahomes got that coin flip.
For sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like,
I don't know what was in his brain that whole second half because he made a whole lot of questionable throws. Like that throw that he made to end overtime or whatever, that was a real questionable throw. But I do believe that they both should get one chance, and then after that is boom, sudden death. That's just what I think. But I mean, I don't think a whole 15.
That's a lot. That's a lot of football.
That is a lot of football, but hey, we love it. I agree with the whole not starting on 25 thing because even though one of the greatest college football games we've seen was one that went to OT and they had like 9 or 10 going back and forth.
Yeah,
like he said,
yeah.
We'll be
that's how it would be every time in the league. Like you say with these quarterbacks from the 25. Stop.
Yeah, that's easy money. That's easy money. So I'm not thinking that much, but they got to figure something out. Because like you said, the defense is gassed by that point in the game. Like once that coin flip happened, they are gassed. So it's kind of
especially if you don't have a rotating defensive line, you got zero pass rush by that time, bro. And the DBs are winded as well. So and the receivers know where they're going and the DBs don't. So it is an advantage, having played a whole game and then especially if you just like the team just drove to tie the game and then they win the toss and the defense got to go back out there. It's like, oh man, yeah, here we go, bro. Just go down there to the 10 and turn.
That's what happened with the Chiefs and Bills. They gave up, 13 seconds of a drive because they were so damn tired from all that back and forth. And then they had, like you said, they had to go right back out there. It was like,
that one was the Bills.
The dynamic of the Chiefs is like,
you cannot allow that to happen. That was just completely the Bills' fault. You can't allow that.
You got to squib kick that.
Yeah, either squib kick it or it wasn't even necessarily a squib kick. It's like why you playing 30 yards off the ball? They still got timeouts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
timeouts, and you got Mahomes, and you got the possibility of Hill picking up the ball.
If you squib it, you got about 6 seconds.
Nah, you ain't
one play.
Out of that.
One play is what they would have had.
2, 3 at the most, like, and maybe one if they literally get down immediately.
Yeah, one play. No matter what, 6 seconds, and if you do get 2,
they still would have minimum had two plays for sure with 3.
But not for any type of yardage. They couldn't have threw it in the middle like that.
Go side to side, you know what I'm saying? So they can't cut that off because they had the timeout.
How long of a pass can you throw? How many yards can you get? And
you asking Mahomes
trying to do a 5-second play.
With Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, I ain't even gonna lie, you can get about a good 40, 50 yards real quick.
They D Tyreek Hill up in the second half.
They did. They
took him away. And maybe that's what teams gonna start doing to the Chiefs. You see, the whole first half of the season, the NFL played the Chiefs like Tampa Bay played them in the Super Bowl. Mahomes got off to a slow start until he stopped forcing stuff. Right. And then, that's when they hit their groove. Yeah.
I think that's what messed him up against that Bengals game, especially second half. He started trying to force stuff.
Yeah, and a little bit of what JC said. I think they went in at halftime like, bro, we finna go back to the ball, bro, like this. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had a little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals was thinking a whole different way when they got back out there.
Nah, man, that's one thing I respect the hell out that boy, bro. The fact that he was on something like I ain't no happy to be here. What's happening?
Yeah.
Man, and
he broke out the cigar.
And I think he has that mentality now. Like everybody felt like, hey, you massively overachieved. You in the Super Bowl on your first fully healthy year. I know.
What I told you last episode.
I want to hear that spit.
What I told you last episode. Pull up like this. If you pull up like this, I'm telling you, if you pull up like that, boy, hey, boy, y'all in for a scary sight, boy.
All right, so look, F all the coin flip, all of that, because I ain't giving y'all no escape. Y'all gonna stand on what y'all talking about. Who y'all got on Sunday? Isaiah, go first. Who
I'm rolling with the boy. Joe Shiesty.
Daryl, who you got?
I'm gonna say Bengals, and I'm gonna say 35-30.
And you think it's gonna be that high?
Yeah, they're gonna get the score.
I don't know if I got it that high.
So you think it's gonna be a shootout?
Yeah, I do.
I ain't gonna lie, because I think that boy, what Cooper Kupp finna do to Eli Apple, boy, is finna be scary, boy. I ain't even finna lie, boy. But I got it probably like I'm gonna say 20-17 Bengals. 20-17 Bengals. But I would not be surprised if the Rams did win.
I know y'all ain't got nothing invested in this game, but I feel like we got so much to lose, man. If we lose this game, so I'm gonna stay humble.
And that's another thing. The pressure that's on the Rams right now to win this game.
Exactly. And
y'all mortgage the whole future.
None. So they didn't have pressure 2 games ago.
Yeah. So they better get it done.
Like I've told you, that the most dangerous type of team you can face is a team that don't got nothing to lose.
Pressure, nothing to lose, bro. And that's why I think the Bengals probably gonna win, because they ain't got nothing to lose. But an interesting fact I did see though, the last 7 Super Bowl winners have been the team to not win the coin toss, like the beginning of the game. Yeah, whoever wins the coin toss has lost.
Consecutive last 7.
The last 7 Super Bowls, whoever has won the coin toss has lost.
That's what we count on.
So whoever won the coin toss, they finna lose.
Looking at the coin toss like, come on. Yeah.
But they keep up with stuff like this since everybody be betting on stuff like who win the coin toss, crazy bets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
prop bets, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that is a big thing.
All right, man.
So yeah, Bengals, man, in the shootout. Game's gonna get into the 30s. Go bet the over.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, man. All right, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is, real quick.
What the stat?
All right, go. That they think that Rams defense is going to give up 30 plus. So they got it. Let me see. They're saying 48 points.
48?
48.5.
So 20, they got it in the 20s.
Yeah.
I'm thinking another touchdown each team.
So you think easily they're going to get over 50?
I'm thinking over 50. I would go over on that, man. I would go over on that. I promise I would. It's going to be great weather. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to be track meet out there, bro. And then the defensive line is going to get tired because these dudes, not really the Rams. So this might be an advantage for the Rams because the Bengals ain't used to playing in the winter time and the temperature in the 80s. At kickoff on the Super Bowl, they said it's gonna be like 84. So you know what I mean? That's gonna wear them down a little more than usual, I think. So the Rams might have an advantage there, but I think that
when they go to those cold cities,
yeah, I think the offenses are gonna be really live out there come Sunday. Yeah. And Stafford is a baller, man. I don't know if I ever said that. Stafford is a baller. I give y'all that.
Well, hey, Rams Nation, baby, we ready. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna get the job done.
Hold on, pause. Hold on. Did you just say Rams Nation? Hold on, pause.
First,
there's only one nation.
We're not gonna do that. Yeah, we're not.
There's only one nation.
Hey, man, that was gone 3 games ago, man.
Rams.
I know.
House.
Y'all got the chips. How about that one?
Y'all got the Rams house.
Yeah, something like you better figure out another name.
Rams Nation, horns up. What you mean?
No,
you're not a nation. You're
just all day.
You're
just fans. You're just fans.
That's Raider Nation. Period.
Period. I don't know how that even got hijacked like that.
Yeah. All these other teams, Patriots, Nation, still. No, hell no.
I respect the Bills. The Bills came with the Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, everybody gonna be saying it's gonna be Rams Mafia. You know what I mean? They're gonna be trying to steal the Bills little thing. The nation is the nation, and we say that because we had Oakland, we got LA, we got Vegas, and there's a nation of Raider fans. We're not really
one thing about the Raider fans.
In America,
we travel with our team.
Y'all take over LA like that and Cali like that, but y'all not like that across the globe.
What you mean? Hold on. Did you not see the Pittsburgh Steelers game at Pittsburgh this year?
I went to that game. I was there.
Exactly. Rams will travel across the nation with their team. That's another reason why we call it Raider Nation, because we'll go wherever the Raiders go. Best believe that, my boy.
Preach, brother. Preach, Isaiah. I ain't even got to say nothing.
We're going to move on from these guys.
Yeah, let's move on.
Next show, we'll talk about the Raiders' new coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're going to have a whole segment on off-season moves.
All right.
Right now, Ryan Clark said that he doesn't feel he feels like Russell Wilson is put in a stratosphere that he's basically not in. Like, he's not like an instant Super Bowl contending QB. You put him on any team type of ordeal, and that he doesn't feel that he's a top 15 QB all time, but people kind of act like I put him in that ranking. What do y'all say to that? Do y'all agree or disagree?
I mean,
go ahead, Isaiah. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I mean, with any quarterback, you need a team to win. So, Tom Brady didn't win without a good team. Aaron Rodgers didn't win without a good team. Ben Roethlisberger didn't win without a good team. Drew Brees didn't win without a good team. That's firstly. But, I mean, in his first 7 seasons, he won the most games out of any quarterback with 75 wins. That's just one. He has the second highest passer rating of all time.
Some would say, just devil's advocate real quick, some would say it was that defense when he was getting started.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to get to passing attributes here right now.
All right.
He has a 6% touchdown percentage, which is the second highest all time. Okay. Second highest passer rating of all time. Has 21 fourth quarter comebacks and 27 game-winning drives. His fourth quarter passer rating is the highest all time. Like, in his fourth quarter point differential since 2012 is plus 269 points. So whenever the fourth quarter comes, he's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. And then last time Ryan Clark was on the field, when Russell Wilson beat them, he said, we just might have been beaten by the best player in the NFL. That was his quote out of his own mouth. It sounded real personal whenever Russell.
The other day.
Yeah. Like, bro, what you talking about, bro? Like, he was one play away from beating Tom Brady to go. Yep. So I'm just confused on how we got to this point.
They should have won that game.
Exactly. If Pete Carroll makes the right call, they win that game, and Tom Brady only has 6 rings. So
he should have put it on the guy a little bit. Put it right in here instead of leaving it out here.
Agreed.
Need to put it right in here that the guy would have been able to make that catch, but you know.
But we both said, he should have never been in that situation in the first place. I'm not here to debate what ranking he is top all time, but come on, bro. Like Ryan Clark need to be for real, bro.
Right. Now, I mean, I can't speak too much to the top 15, top 15 all time take he gave. But to say you can't plug him on a team that clearly needs a quarterback and he makes them Super Bowl contenders, I think that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, because I can name a few teams he could go to right now and automatically make them Super Bowl contenders like that. Shoot, if he goes to Tampa Bay, they be Super Bowl contenders again. If he's
definitely one of the top quarterbacks today. And the top 15 thing, how I treat that is I'll just start counting dudes like that's better than him all time.
You think
if I get to
that 15 range?
Yeah, if I get to 15 and I ain't called his name yet, then okay, maybe Ryan, you're right. He might not be top 15 because that's they've been playing football 80-something years. So to be top 15 is a big thing. So but I just off the top of my head, I don't see 14 guys
all time
that's better than he won a Super Bowl, been to playoffs multiple times, and from my opinion, Tyler Lockett wasn't a high draft pick, even though he was an outstanding player for Kansas State. DK Metcalf got passed over. Those other guys, even Golden Tate was never like some none of these top receiver guys. Mm-hmm. And he didn't play in some system with some offensive coordinator for a decade or more straight, like Brady. So he kind of just put it together. What he always had was a good defense and a decent running game. He really never had great tight ends. None of that. None of these players around him were great players except the running back and the players on defense. So I think that alone, like you get Russell a guy like Tyreek and Kelsey to throw to. Come on, man.
You have a field.
I mean,
I don't know what's up with Ryan on that.
You look at Metcalf as in that range top 5 conversation, top 5.
Well,
top 5.
How do we know that Russ is not making DK a better player?
Nah, DK ain't no top 5 receiver. Nah.
Right. DK wasn't. They passed over. What did they pick him? If you guys could look down, they picked.
I got you. I know
DK got picked over. Got passed over by a lot of teams, man. Not saying that he's not a good player in the league right now.
Yeah, but I mean, once he started going, they was like comparing him to like prime Julio.
Who?
Hey, it's out there, bro.
Get them on the podcast right now. Get them on the podcast. Because who? I need to know who.
All right, I'll keep it 100 with you. I actually did a show for somebody from my boy in Atlanta last year, and he had Metcalf in his top 5.
Get him on the podcast.
Last summer.
Get him on the podcast.
So we can explain to him why that is not true.
That prime Julio.
No, he didn't say the prime Julio take. That's stuff that the media has.
Oh, okay.
But he did have him Metcalf as top 5.
Nah. I understand that he was second team All Pro in 2020. But
yeah. So you don't even think it's a conversation?
No, wow. not even. No.
I don't think so.
Okay, so is he better than Devontae Adams?
Absolutely.
No.
Is he better than Cooper Kupp?
No.
Okay, so that's already 2 right there. Right now, I still put Mike Evans over him. Mike Evans is at 1,000.
Yes.
With Jameis Winston throwing 30 picks in a season, he still went over for 1K.
What is Debo? What position Debo play?
I was just about to get to Debo. Debo's a wide receiver.
So that's 4 dudes that's better than him.
But look, when Evans gets double, he can become a little bit non-existent sometimes.
When DK gets doubled, he becomes non-existent sometimes. Is he better than Stephon Diggs? No,
absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
So
I don't
he's
think
not better.
Dudes you just named either.
He's not better than the kid in Minnesota.
Crazy. Here we go.
He's not better than Justin Jefferson.
Go ahead.
No,
he's not better than Justin Jefferson. He's not better than Justin Jefferson.
Oh,
he is not better than Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
Nope. Not even maybe. Sorry.
He's not.
He might not even be better than Jamar Chase.
He's not. Are you kidding me?
So
the
only reason I'm giving him a pass with Jamar Chase is because it's Jamar Chase's first year.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's the only
we want him to do it again.
But this year, he damn sure wasn't better than Chase.
Oh no, sure not this year. I mean, he also didn't have Russell this year, so
I don't care. And that's another thing. He ain't better than DeAndre Hopkins. And DeAndre Hopkins was in Houston playing with Brock Osweiler as quarterback, still racking up 1K yards.
We forgot about D-Hop because he had a little bit of an injury plague year, but no way he's anywhere near D-Hop.
Hopkins for sure has some dirt quarterback, for sure, before watching.
No.
And the dumbass coach / GM
Bill O'Brien
that traded him away. He could have. They should have left him and Deshaun together.
And then look how Hopkins went over there to Arizona and made Murray look like immediately changed the whole him as a quarterback.
Yeah, because we saw how he looked without Hopkins in that playoff game.
Right.
Ooh, oh, for goodness.
Hey, Murray. We're getting off on a tangent a little bit. But so with Murray and the deleting the Cardinals stuff off his social media.
Oh, right. I wasn't even aware of that.
Oh yeah,
all his pictures of him in Cardinals gear off his.
What he finna do? Go back to his natural sport.
Maybe
he already got drafted, right?
Yeah, he drafted.
He had to deal with
that. He can do that technically.
And Ron, he like, oh yeah, I don't know about this spit. Let me go. They said that was a whole nother sport.
Hey, speaking of that, I was unaware that somebody else got drafted too. That plays in the league right now. Somebody else got drafted in MLB.
Mahomes, right? Or no?
Mahomes is a hell of a pitcher in high school.
This guy's a power hitter.
Ooh.
AJ Brown.
What?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I seen a video of him in the batting cage, bruh, knocking the cover off the baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They said he could go play baseball right now too.
Hey, I got a quick.
Maybe they need to have an NFL Pro Bowl baseball game instead of that shit I watched.
That bullshit that they.
Hey, I remember seeing this viral conversation. I think it was a year or two ago. So I'll ask y'all, which sport do y'all think the players are more athletic in out of the NBA and the NFL? NBA.
Yeah.
Because I've been hearing about more. I know NBA players transition to other sports, more easily most of the time. But it seems like I've been hearing about some football players lately where it's like, damn, like they,
So
versatility.
Here's the thing that impresses me about basketball players: the 94 by 50 hunk of wood that Chick Hearn used to say. I know you guys are a little young for the Chick Hearn stuff. But 48 minutes of running up and down that size court, the way that it is proportioned, is about 4 miles long. If you're playing over 30 minutes, so these dudes are running 4 miles
a day
and doing all the jump shots and layups and defensive the block shots and dunking the damn thing. So yeah, it's
that decreases for players like Harden, right? That ain't playing no defense.
But we saying the sport as a whole.
I'm
and then them dudes be tall as a motherfucker. So
like I always say, could you imagine LeBron James running routes, bro? I'm throwing it up to him every single time. You think
he'll be a receiver or a tight end? Though?
It don't matter. Do you remember young LeBron running up and down the chase downs that he would do? Like, LeBron running a 4.2, bro, at 20 years old, bro. No cap.
I feel you on the receiver, but I'm finna put him at like the middle backer or something.
That's what I was thinking.
LeBron could have honestly played any position that he wanted on that field and been a monster.
I don't want to put him at DN because then they'll just run away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, at DN, bro.
I'm putting right here.
Trying to pass with LeBron James running down the quarterback. What, boy, you getting caught in 2 seconds. You only got 2 seconds to throw the ball. That's not nothing to take away from NFL players because they hecka athletic too. They hecka athletic. I done seen Tyreek Hill dunking a basketball and everything like that, but
look,
I just
if
think
you put him sitting right there in the middle at that linebacker.
He was out there hooping.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I've seen NFL players hoop.
Yeah, some video of him hooping the other day.
Hey, he's a tall drink of water though, too.
And some of the people that was there were saying like, nah, this is regular for him. He always come up here and you know what I'm saying, ball.
Hey, dude he got hoop height. I'm real high. I tuned in to you guys last week.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had the discussion about Burrow and Herbert, and I respect everybody's opinion. I just kind of felt like y'all was a little too, like Burrow is clearly better than that kid.
I was Herbert.
I won't say he's clearly better.
That was this guy over here. I'm a
Herbert. I mean, I'm a little bit theatric and eccentric when because you know they're in our division and I really don't like the Chargers. So,
okay.
So that's part of it right there. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. The Charge.
Hey man, he over here trying to get Herbert over to y'all probably, man. You trying to up it up?
Cause I ain't even gonna lie. I do not want to deal with Mahomes and Herbert for the next.
They could have drafted Herbert, and I'm not a Carr basher.
I don't hate Carr, but like, I feel like he might have reached his ceiling so far. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then once I saw Herbert play, I was like,
he that boy. He that boy. I
looked at my boy like, hey,
I was like, we got to deal with this for the next 15 years.
And I was like, maybe we should have got him.
I'm like,
y'all got to deal with that and Mahomes though.
Yeah. And what I think the most underrated thing about Herbert is how fast that kid is, bro. Have y'all ever tripped when he get out there?
He had like 90 rushing yards and like three.
So they were still doing that Oregon shit, right? When he was there, wasn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep. They still do RPO with him.
Yeah, so this guy is
read options.
This guy is, and he's 6'6", doing that.
He a big boy.
He's like a white Cam Newton.
He's saying everybody.
Exactly.
Maybe a little faster than Killer. I think he's faster than Killer Cam. He's definitely a better passer.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But Cam was just a monster.
Yeah. When Cam first hit the scene, that boy was something serious.
Listen, I don't want to segue too far, but what if Carolina drafts Derrick Henry in 2015 and puts him back there with Cam?
I ain't gonna lie, that would have been the scariest backfield to see.
I've always thought about that, bro.
Like they said, but Cam was the size.
What was Henry drafted
at? They could have got him. I remember.
Yeah, Carolina.
I remember looking at it. No. They could have got him.
Was he the first back? Was there backs took before him?
I think he was the first back taken. He won the Heisman, so I'm pretty sure he was the first back taken. But they be disrespecting them backs. He probably went middle of the pack.
For sure.
Oh, he was round 2.
They come diamond a dozen
45.
Second round. See, yeah. So everybody passed up Henry once.
Wow. Yes, you can do that all day. What would have been?
That's why I love the draft.
Zeke was the first running back taking that draft. Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, he was the first running back taking that draft.
Had a great year. They ran through Oregon in the championship game.
It seems like it was an eternity ago when we was all having the Gurley versus Zeke conversation. Huh?
Yeah, Gurley unfortunately couldn't.
Years ago.
That do feel like a while ago.
But in what was that? 2018, man. Gurley was as good as there had ever been.
Yeah, but Gurley was a.
Oh, y'all know I was on that best running back in the league train.
Oh yeah, that year specifically, he was the best running back in the league. For that year,
definitely. There was definitely an argument for it, if not outright. He was the best in that 2018 campaign. I remember because he was on my fantasy team.
Oh yeah,
we got
he was
money.
racking up 25 plus every week.
He was catching it out the backfield. He was running it. He was doing it all, man.
Fantasy at that time, but when I got Gurley on my football fantasy team, when he was on the Falcons, that's the Gurley I got.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. Because if you would have had that Rams Gurley.
He wasn't great that year, but he was just like he was
average. He was really
from a fantasy standpoint. Yeah. And I had a bet with somebody between him and Kamara that year. For most of the season before he got hurt, he had like more rushing yards and almost the same amount of touchdowns, and people don't even realize that. That was what was crazy about it. You could clearly tell from watching him was done for it. Like, I feel bad now that he can't even really get a job, man. But
yeah,
that's what they do running backs, man. You just said it,
Yeah, and they said his knee, it's like he got like some arthritis in his knee and all that, bro. So he's gonna, it's tough to be a running back. You got arthritis in your knees.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's tough to be a running back when you're a great running back. Like, they still got to have arguments when it's time to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hate how they do the backs. I hate how they do them.
Yeah, because that's another whole other story. With Josh McDaniels getting hired, I'm a little bit worried about what's going to happen with Jacobs. Because
me too, because they're known for not paying at that position, bro. And he's a first round extension candidate.
Yeah.
That 5th year option, I don't see him. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. Them giving him that. They'll trade him.
Yeah.
They'll trade him, and they might trade him right now.
Yeah.
That's that. As a Raider fan, I'm worried about the same thing, bro.
Y'all gonna roll with Kenyon Drake?
No, they may draft somebody.
Yeah, like with McDaniels, he come from that Patriots bloodline of we'll find somebody in the 4th, 5th round. Yeah. That's a gadget guy, and we'll have a platoon type system back there. So
the guy Ziegler that came over with Josh McDaniel is the GM. Mm-hmm. He was responsible for the dude Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
Who flashed last year, had a couple decent games. I even picked him up on my fantasy team one game, and then they stopped playing him. They put the other kid in after that. But I think he fumbled or something. So you know how Belichick is once you have fumbles. But, so that's my worry. They'll try to find like another guy like that. 3rd, 4th, 5th round guy, 2nd day for sure. And then get rid of my boy Josh, man, who's been a mainstay for this Raider team. This set of Raiders right now, he's like a pillar of this ball club.
Right. All right, man. Let's talk some NBA trades. What y'all thoughts on what Portland got going on right now, man? It seems like they blowing it up, but still not all the way up. So, what's your thoughts on them finally moving CJ out?
Yeah, I looked at it as a rebuild.
But is it really a rebuild if Dame ain't going nowhere? It seems like because from what they're saying or what Woj is reporting is that they're trying to restructure the whole roster, just start from scratch for Dame. But I mean, how many years they really think Dame got left? You know what I'm saying, to be waiting on them to do a whole another rebuild, and I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't get why he's so complacent with that. But
Dame is hard to trade because I think he make $50 million. Right?
You said Dame's making $50 million?
Close to it.
I mean, yeah, but I mean that shouldn't be an issue. Dame can make that wherever he goes.
But I'm saying it's tough to trade a guy.
Oh, no. If Portland aggressively calls around talking about, hey, Dade is on the chopping block, trust me, everybody's gonna pick up the phone and listen to what they got to talk about.
Yeah, he making 44 mil this year.
Yeah, they not gonna care.
44.
Every single.
What about next year, Isaiah? Do we got his next year number?
My bad. He making 39 mil this year. The next year he'll make 42. After that, he'll make 45. And then in the final year of the contract that he's in 24 or 25, he'll make 48 mil.
Okay.
But like, as long as he plays up to that this year he hasn't been playing that well.
Hey man, I gotta keep having to tell you this. He's been hurt this year, man. What is he talking about? He wasn't playing well before he got hurt.
That's mainly what I mean. That's what I should have said. He didn't play well before the injury and stuff. But like he said, I do definitely
probably
believe
was hurt and we didn't even know it, prior to that anyway. Because that wasn't Dame.
I definitely do believe that if they did make calls and stuff, he could easily get traded because the Lakers need to make calls.
Dame just been saying year after year, I'm good where I'm at. I'm not going anywhere. And yet teams, they still keep talking about Dame being traded somewhere. So that shows what his value is. He keeps saying he don't want to go nowhere, and people still keep calling Portland anyway.
Portland could never get like that third guy. Like even when they had Brandon Roy and Aldridge, even right here when they had Dame and McCollum when they were at their best, they could never get the third dude to come there.
I don't know about putting McCollum in that.
I know what you're saying. I know what you mean. But you know what I'm saying? They never able to get that second big free agent to come up there.
Sure.
Not everybody, Portland, the city, living there is not everybody's cup of tea, man. But I always felt that Durant should have went to Portland when he went to Golden State. That would have made the league way more interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, for him, that wouldn't have worked out too well. I don't see that working too well. Then nobody play no damn defense. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't playing much of defense before he got there, so he for sure would have kept not playing defense. So
I would have had way more respect for him.
Well, the thing is,
I thought the Clippers was a great fit at the time, or Boston. I think those.
Yeah, I felt like Boston was a good fit. I knew if he went to Golden State, it was automatic rings. Like he. I
didn't like that. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I liked it, but I just knew. I knew that Golden State was his best option if he wanted to dominate the basketball, like dominate the league in a sense with his team. You know what I'm saying? Which was evident. I mean, they did dominate the league for 3 years or whatever it was. But I just never really saw the Dame and CJ McCollum tandem becoming a championship tandem.
Man, I've been calling for them to blow that up.
Yeah, like they should have been, because Dame doesn't play that great of defense because he's so overexpanded on offense, and CJ just isn't really a defender. So
at all.
Yeah, so
they're not big guys either.
Yeah. CJ's what, 6'3"?
Y'all forgetting CJ he didn't even come in the league as a 2. He was Dame's backup when he got to Portland. Remember, they was in the playoffs. He was the backup point guard, and I remember at the time my pops, because he knew about CJ from college, and I remember he kept saying he's damn near just as good as Dame. Like he probably gonna end up going somewhere else, but they ended up. The year they ended up, I think it was 2015 or 16, where they got rid of the whole starting 5, and then that was when CJ came in that 2 spot, and it ended up working out for him as far as CJ being like a piece. But it's like D said, man, they never really had that second, star guy like how the league has went to now.
They was trying to make Nurkic that guy, you know what I'm saying, but he's not that guy. Right. Like Nurkic is talented, he's good, but he's inconsistent. They just put up 20 games. You know what I think they've been doing? I feel like if we were in the thousands, not the tens, but in the thousands, and they gave Dame these constructed rosters, I think they would have been fine and they would have really been contenders. But I think the way the NBA is today, that one star and a bunch of great role players around him, that shit don't work no more. And I think that's the problem is
you win some games.
They can't get no big free agent that's oh yeah, let me go over here to Portland. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's really the general manager's fault, because it's for one, Dame's not helping him either when he's saying yeah, y'all chumps out there teaming up with each other. You know, I'm gonna get it from the ground, and like when he's talking like that, it's like, okay, so you don't want nobody to come play with you, basically. That's what you're saying. You don't want to go play with nobody.
You just want to chill and make your money
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but you kind of is right with that. I mean, not many people want to play in Portland, like
anyway. And then you gonna say shit like
not
that.
a knock to the city of Portland, really. It's not a knock to their fans, but it's just
the town.
Yeah, like people are more attracted to the flashy towns of LA, New York.
It's corny up there, bro. Yeah. A lot of bike trails and whole food markets and whatnot, bro. And I'm not down in that. I'm just saying these young dudes, a lot of them dudes,
they want to party. They want to be in places like Vegas, LA, and stuff. I mean, Portland's not a party town.
People been talking so much about like how small markets they feel like they're not hurting as much because, you know, even if you had a superstar and you're in like a Milwaukee or something, it's like, oh, you got social media now. So, you know what I'm saying? Being in a big market doesn't really help or elevate that much. But I think people underrate like the fact that if you're in a small market type of town, like a San Antonio, like a Portland, like a OKC, it's going to be hard to bring free agents there in a league like what we have today, to where you need at least 2 guys if you're going to win. You better have a great damn structure with whatever it is that you're doing. So I think people like kind of underrate that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you know, even though I feel Dame is a little bit self-inflicted, I still feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Because I really feel like he'd be such a great fit for some teams, man, like a Boston or a Philly or, you know what I'm saying? Or the Lakers.
For the Lakers.
You know
Lakers.
It goes to instantly, it's like, damn.
Oh, my fucking gosh.
Let me plug my laptop in.
Got you.
I'm so tired of Westbrook.
But yeah, man, I think that's what the main issue has been, man. It's so many different variables to why like they can't just fully like, you know, get that roster right just for him. And, you know, and then I think they also it's a weird situation because it's like he's been so loyal to them. They also feel like they'll put a black stain on themselves if they do decide to just blow it all up and just trade him to go somewhere else. But I don't know. Hopefully there's somebody close enough there to have a conversation with him and be real. Like, look, man, like, it's probably not going to happen here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got this variable. So the least we can do is allow you to have a chance, go to a contender.
I seen Dame on like an Instagram post or something, telling LeBron to make the call or something. Was that old?
I think that might have been old. I think it was something else, but LeBron do need to make that call. So it blow it all up. Send Westbrook out there, let him have his fun with the players.
Dame I feel like he's kind of talked himself into like if he does end up teaming up with somebody. You know how like y'all ever seen that tweet Durant had back in 2010 when LeBron went to you know, and he was like, man, everybody trying to stack up and team up, man. Like, let's go back to being competitive. And then 6 years later, they pull it up like, oh, yeah, like, remember you said this? I think that's what people going to do to him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing holding him back. I think Portland, it's a combination of them being a little selfish as far as like, no, we really want to make this work with Dame, but at the same time kind of scared of the black mark of like, because, you know, they say teams don't be loyal to players, which they don't. And it's like if Dame shows that sense of loyalty, that rare Dirk, Kobe type of loyalty, and then they turn around and just trade him off because they're just like, look, this ain't working. I feel like they're scared of that black market might leave the organization too.
Yeah. I think that's more of a factor than Dame caring about them trying to say he's teaming up or doing the Durant thing, because there's nothing worse than what KD did. And then what these guys who he's playing with now tried.
Hold up. Let's talk about it. As far as what though?
When he went and played with Golden State.
No, I'm saying, what do you mean that there's nothing worse?
There's nothing worse. That was.
There's no move that has ever been done that was worse than that. You cannot. Please don't tell me that the 47-35 Miami Heat team that LeBron and them decided to come together on. I know you're not comparing that to Golden State.
But then you add 2 top 10 players, and one of them is
Chris Bosh was not top 10
in the league at the time.
Chris Bosh was not top 10. Chris Bosh was.
Chris Bosh wasn't top 10.
Fuck no.
Yeah, it sounds good, bro, to try to rewrite history 12 years later.
Wait a minute.
Top 10.
Hold on.
These dudes.
Hold on. I can name 10 players way better
Go
than
ahead.
Kobe, LeBron, D Wade, Paul Pierce. Was he not better? Was Paul Pierce not better? Carmelo Anthony was better. KD was better. Who else we had? Chris Paul was better.
Chris Paul, okay. I'll help you out, Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight was better.
Duncan was still in the league.
Yeah, Duncan was still better than him.
2010?
I mean, he was leading his
Duncan.
team. Okay. I'll take Duncan off of there. Because I'm trying to.
Dirk was better than him.
Oh yeah, Dirk was better than him
in 2010. Yeah.
What you doing that for? Because Dirk was working his ass in the finals. What you doing that for? Come on now. Who else was in the league?
We will say he was a brink top 10 player at the time.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
So you have a brink top 10 player, and you got 2 top 5 players. That is not a 45-win team, D. That is not a 45-win team. That's a totally
47.
If you
they won 47 games. Here's my thing. This is the uncomparable right here. They won 47 games the year before it got bounced in the first round of playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. LeBron and Wade and them at the Olympics had talked and decided, hey, we get the shot, we're gonna go ahead and do it, man. These dudes had just took Michael Jordan down, bro. You understand? Mike had won 72. These dudes won 73 basketball games. Mm-hmm. And this kid went and joined that team, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What happened that year at the end of that year, though? Did they win?
That has nothing
they lost to the Kings.
So we can count the year before how many wins they got the year before, but we can't count the fact that they didn't win the big game.
JC.
They lost in game 7.
JC.
They lost.
JC. Stop.
Come back again.
Stop. No, I'm not. And I'm not saying I like the move. But I'm saying I didn't like the move as far as parity goes.
I said, look, check this out.
When he
how many times has the team with the best record in the league gone on to lose the finals? You don't have to give me exact numbers.
A lot of them don't even make the finals. What you mean?
Several times, right?
Yeah, a few times.
Milwaukee had the best like 60 wins like 2 years straight and didn't even make it. What is that?
Okay, so that's the point. Exactly. That's the point that we're making. The whole point is once KD went to that team, you had a defensive player of the year candidate, 2 of the best shooters of all time, and arguably the best player on the planet is Steph Curry at that time.
Arguing the parity of
the unanimous MVP.
State, they were not losing, period. But what I'm also saying is LeBron going to Miami and teaming up 3 stars, you instant championship contender. Easy. I don't care what team you go to. I don't care.
Listen to what you said. Contender. They still got beat by who? The Mavs, their first year.
You want to do that?
Bro, come on, JC. We knew it was over when KD. Stop. We knew it was over when KD went to Golden State, bro. It was a wrap. We knew it was a wrap. We knew who won the finals immediately, and they would have won again in 2019 against the Raptors. So
you're saying people didn't feel the same way, but they had a whole parade before the season even started, talking about not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Why would you say all that if you didn't think you had a team that was just so above everybody talent-wise that was going to
like you said? That's what they thought. Exactly.
That's what they thought. With KD, we knew what was going to happen. There wasn't going to be a team to be able to stop them. It wasn't going to happen, JC. Come on now.
I'm not arguing that. But
there is one other time
about Miami. If LeBron he was supposed to in 2011, they're not losing that. Period.
Hey, there's one other time where a player was acquired in the offseason by a certain team, and I was like, okay, it's over. And that was in between the I guess, 95, 96 off season when the Bulls got Rodman.
Yeah, that was 94, 95.
I remember feeling the same way when I heard it. I was like walking past and heard it on the radio. Like,
great fit at that time.
Yeah, I mean, he was the best defender in the league. That was all they needed. He was a post defender.
My thing was, this guy's gonna rebound the basketball when Michael does miss, okay, and just give it right back to him. And he literally used to do that.
That's exactly what he did.
And you gotta think about it. At that time, the league was also going through expansion. So some of these teams were getting diluted and stuff. So the talent was getting stretched out. Them three core players, bro. You surround Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman with with any other two players, it was a wrap. It was over.
Isaiah, hey, this is my man. So you the only other guy, man, that will admit that Michael Jordan's entire career was in the expansion era.
Yeah, like people really, I hate when people sit up here and say that, the league is up, this, that, and the third. They got cakewalks to the league championship. Why the hell do you think they went 72-10? Be for real. Why do you think they went 72-10?
I know why. Because
exactly. I'm just talking for the general public and stuff.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. The bad boy Pistons who was kicking his ass, what happened? Expansion got their ass.
They had to get rid of Buda Edwards and Rick Mahorn. And Rick Mahorn wasn't really a great player, but he was one of them locker room like glue guys. You know what I'm saying?
He played defense.
He didn't even get to go to parade. He had to go with his new team. He made it. He didn't even get to go to the parade after they beat the Lakers in '89. He had to go. No. Yeah. After they beat the Lakers in '89, he had to go join the Heat.
Minnesota or something. I don't even know. Like they just act like Jordan just finally he knocked off Bird. He didn't knock off Bird. He didn't really even knock off the bad boy Pistons. He knocked off the Pistons. That's who he knocked off. Yeah. He didn't meet Magic when he was in his prime.
He didn't lose again.
Irv was probably already sick.
Like Bird was on his way out.
Conspiracy.
His ass
up. Was the conspiracy.
Bird was cleaning his ass up, man. Man, all this old.
No, Bird was not cleaning. Bird was not cleaning Jordan up. He was cleaning the Bulls up. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
What you mean? Let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Nobody
was cleaning Jordan up in the 80s, bro. Nobody was cleaning Jordan up in the 80s, bro. Stop it.
So what happened?
He said that was God in the
why was he getting his ass bounced every first round? Why was he getting bounced every first round?
You just talked about people not having teams. What was we just talking about, Dave? What the hell what did Jordan have?
Don't give a shit.
Playing
what LeBron had? Hold on. So let's get into it. What did LeBron have his first few years in the league? He still made the playoffs, right? Did he always get bounced in the first round? Hell no.
He missed the playoffs the first 2 years. He missed the playoffs the first 2 years. People don't like talking about that, but yeah, it happened. So LeBron was not making the playoffs.
Okay. I also remember him dragging the likes of Booby Gibson.
He played the Wizards. He didn't play an all-time great Boston team, a great defensive Milwaukee team. He played the Wizards. That's who he had to deal with.
Speaking of the Wizards, the Michael Jordan stands don't like to talk about the Wizard years. But hold on. Let me go back.
Hey, you really about to do this?
No, I'm just saying, man. I love Mike. Don't get me wrong. That's what I want to get on record because I know this is on recording. I love Michael Jordan, man, and I do think he's the best player of all time. Although we've talked about that before.
No, for sure. We've had plenty of heated battles about that.
I feel like there's argument to be made for Kobe. But we'll save that for another show.
Right.
I think Mike is great, but I just want it to be on record that his entire career, bro, was expansion era. And I used a cup of coffee.
He was supposed to do, right?
Yeah. And I use the cup of coffee as the kind of explanation when people try to act like they don't understand what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I take one black, dark, strong cup of coffee, but I got to make 6 other cups out of it.
Right. I mean,
this cup, that original cup, is not as strong anymore.
Yeah, I remember for the new era, basically like me and Isaiah's era, like the 90s baby. By the time we had like some real, apprehensive knowledge or whatever, Jordan was already like sealed before he even got to Wizards, to where we heard our whole life, go. We hear all the great things, but we didn't really watch it through and through to see the, you know what I'm saying?
Me personally, because my mom,
or the context behind everything, you know what I'm saying? So we're just going off what we seen, what the numbers say, and what the accolades are, and that's what we had to go off of. I feel like even if you go back, this is how I feel personally. Even going back and watching YouTube videos or whatever, yeah, you get a little bit of a glimpse, but it's still different than living through the time and knowing what's going on and why this matters.
The moments in those games,
yeah, exactly. So it's still hard to capture, everything when it comes to that. So for our generation, that's all we really know. You know what I'm saying? Which is why now you got a lot of players, a lot of people from my generation who are leaning towards other people. Like you'll hear like LeBron obviously a lot now, because that's what they saw their whole career. They can't really, you know what I'm saying, go back and get the full context of what it was that Jordan did or what was going on or whatever.
Right.
This is how see. And you was talking about LeBron missing the playoffs his first 2 years. Mm-hmm. Jordan made the playoffs with a record of 30-52. 30-52. Come on now, bro. Come on.
What did he do? With you talking like he got there and he was trash or something? No, he set a record that still hasn't been broken today and had the highest scoring game in NBA history.
He lost.
But
just like y'all love to do.
But not making the playoffs. That's crazy.
Hold on. Just like y'all do LeBron. He lost. What does it matter? He lost. Why was he there? Stop. Yeah. But like I said, I appreciate greatness for what it is. In my eyes, is Michael Jordan still a GOAT? Yes. But it's a lot closer than people make it seem.
Hey, look how they say about LeBron. Oh, his record in the finals is bad. It's just like the Buffalo Bills. Well, you could also say that he won the Eastern Conference all them times. You can look at it like that.
Oh man, you finna have us go in the 7th. Like,
I'm just saying.
The Eastern Conference was trash at the time.
Bro, LeBron real deal made the finals. What was it? 8 times straight, bro.
You talking?
That had not been done since Bill Russell had been in the league,
like,
bro.
If you stack your team in an already weak conference to where you always got at least minimum 3 stars,
now it's a
you're
weak
above everybody else talent-wise. That's what's supposed to happen.
Now it's a weak conference.
It wasn't a weak.
They always said that. Hey, look, Hey, JC, you know when else they said the East was weak? The same year the Pistons down there swept the Lakers in 2004. The East was supposed to be a weak conference then. I tell you guys right here and everybody else, just like I always said, the East is not weak, bro. It's just different. You feel me? It's different basketball. You're certainly not saying that about Giannis.
I'm saying that. No, the reason I'm saying that is because when you get 3 bona fide all-star players versus everybody else in your conference, no, y'all cannot name one team on the East that had 3 players that matched up to that talent-wise. Now,
okay, so who in the East had 3 all-stars when Jordan had 3 all-stars?
Right. Jordan had 3 all-stars as well. So what?
Both of them championship runs, he had 3 all-stars. Himself and Pippen and Grant, and then the second time
let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think Pippen is better than Wade?
That's not the discussion we have in here.
No, I'm just saying there's levels to this split. That's what I'm getting at.
Do you believe Bosh is better than Rodman? Do you believe Bosh is better than Rodman?
Look, I'll say this.
Okay then.
Hold on.
Discussion.
Hold on. I'll say this. If you put Rodman on the team by himself, he's not averaging no 20-10 and taking no team to the playoffs by himself. I'll say that.
Did Pippen not take the Bulls to the playoffs by himself? Yes or no?
You just said Bosh.
Did Pippen not take the Bulls to the playoffs by himself? Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question,
bro. Why are you going to Pippen?
Because you just asked me about. You just made a point. You just said, Rodman ain't doing this by himself. Did Pippen not take the same Bulls team without Jordan to the playoffs by himself? Yes or no?
He did take them to the playoffs. Yeah.
And they won a round.
The Eastern final.
Exactly. No, they lost in the second round that year when he was by himself. They made it to the Eastern final when Jordan came back.
But I'm still stuck on that.
And I love how y'all love bringing up the fact that Pippen went to the playoffs the year after, but y'all don't bring up the fact that they was damn near 10 games under 500 when Jordan came back the next year, or not 10 games under, but they were a little bit under 500 the next year when Jordan had came back and begging for him to come back. Y'all love to leave that part out though.
Okay. You mean the year when Jordan got ripped in the playoffs for game?
That's my problem.
Yeah, that same year.
And came back for 20 games. Tell me how Jordan played during that loss against the Magic, huh? He played like shit that last game, and then he went on his phone calling Rodman, crying like a little bitch. He cried to Rodman, told him, please come guard Shaq for me, because I can't do nothing with that boy.
Hey, that's what Draymond did. That ain't what Jordan did.
He did the same thing. Jordan did the same thing. Calling Rodman, begging him to please come to Chicago and save his ass from Shaq.
The only difference is Jordan probably had to go home because it really wasn't no cell phones then. Draymond called in the parking lot.
No, he did. He did to the car.
Ain't no different. Ain't no different than what Jordan did, bro.
And then they ran off 72. And then they ran off 73.
That's completely different. What are you talking about? Pippen was developed. Pippen averaged 8 points a game the first three bet.
So that whole Golden State team wasn't drafted? That whole Golden State team wasn't drafted but KD. Because you making excuses, bro. And then, just like you said, the East was a weak conference when LeBron was playing. No, hold on. What did I say last week? I said they should just get rid of the East versus West with the All-Stars and let it be.
The East is a lot better now. So I'm not saying that for right now. I'm saying at that time. The East is way better, way more competitive and better now than it was at that time.
And I also want to give mention.
That got 3 bona fide All-Stars. The closest you could probably say is probably Milwaukee. But I mean, are we gonna compare Drew Holiday to Wade and Middleton to Bosh?
Listen, before we go too far, I also want to mention Iguodala and guys like Livingston. The team was complete, bro.
The team was ready to go, but they could have made another team.
But see, y'all arguing the wrong thing. I'm not arguing that when KD went to the team that it wasn't a wrap. I'm saying I felt the same damn way when LeBron teamed up with Wade in Miami. I felt the same way.
So we are arguing the right thing because it wasn't nowhere near the same.
It wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same, but they breezed through the Eastern Conference every single year with that.
Hold on.
They went and had a whole parade saying that we're gonna win 8 championships straight. What team has ever done that?
So tell me, the whole entire Heat team was built before LeBron got there, before LeBron and Bosh got there.
I'm saying when you got 3 players like that,
answer the question. What was the Heat team built?
Players like that, you could plug in anybody. You could plug in Mario Chalmers and Norris Cole and whoever right there. It don't matter.
Then why did they have a hard time starting out then? As soon as that Golden State team got out there and you rolled the ball out, they was hooping. Come on, JC. That team.
That's true.
Already.
That's true.
And then all you had to do was say, "Hey, KD, here you go." That whole team was just like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let KD do his thing and get acclimated because since we all already have chemistry, I just
don't like how y'all acting like that wasn't a parody issue when Bron did what he did, man. There was no other team that had them caliber of stars on their team, man. And y'all know it.
The Celtics were still around. Them niggas was
old by then. What do you mean?
So how did they take them to 6 and 7 games every time they played in the playoffs?
What are you talking about? They won 4-1.
That was like the last time that they won 4-1.
They won. I think they lost like the first one or something, and had like a gentleman's sweep or something like that. I
think the reason why we give them a pass is because they lost. at first.
Honestly, that's really all it is. If
they went on to lose again too.
I don't think people are able to defend it as much as they are right now.
Yeah, the thing is, when they first got together, they started slow, like Isaiah said, and then when they got to the finals, they lost.
So in
and they went back to back, and then they lost again, right? Is that
like I said?
How
in 2011, hold on. In 2011 and 2012, in the Eastern Conference Finals, they went 7 games. The Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics 4-3.
Wait, and when?
In 2011, 2012, when they won their first championship.
2010, 2011 is the first season, bro.
Oh, I know. I said the first season.
That's what I was talking about.
So they are a year older. So you just said they're old.
They were old. That's what happened as soon as they got there.
So how did they take them to 7 games?
And then they went to Brooklyn right after that. And what did they do? Not a damn thing. Them niggas was 2-3 years removed from retirement, bro. Come on, man. Don't do that, bro. It's not even close to comparable as far as caliber of player. Wade and LeBron were dead smack in their prime.
JC, how's it not close? Okay, the first year, yeah, it was a gentleman's 4-1. How the next year, when they get a year older, they take them to 7 games? Explain to me that. Explain me.
Are you telling me you are sitting here trying to have an argument that these dudes weren't old when they were literally 3-4 years removed from retirement, bro? That's what you're trying to tell me right now.
My whole point is you're saying that they were too old to compete with these motherfuckers.
I didn't say that. I said that them niggas was old compared to them.
So what does that have to do with anything if they took them boys to 7 games, JC?
Clearly they had a team constructed enough to where they could look like they effing with them. But they were still, that doesn't take away the fact that they're old. I don't care if they would have beat them. You're still older. What does that mean?
Then they end up still losing to Dallas and San Antonio.
And San Antonio was old as shit.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Wade was effed up by then. Wade was effed up.
Oh, now it's Wade was effed up.
Now Wade is old.
Now it's Wade. Now Wade.
Who's old? The Celtics or Wade?
Okay, all right, look. This could go all day, so I'll try to wrap this up. But look, when Wade in 2010, right, when Bron got there, was Wade a top 5 player, yes or no? Yeah. Okay, 2014, was Wade a top 10 player at that time? 2014, when his knees was beat up and he missing 30 games a year by this time.
No.
So we're not gonna act like that's the same way.
He wasn't just garbage.
I'm not saying he was garbage. Wade was still great. Wade was great.
12, 13, top 12, 13 in the league still. Absolutely.
I would say that. But that's a far cry from you being a walking 25 a game. Easy. I think he was just coming off a scoring title, if I'm not mistaken, at the time.
And he had the knee.
So we're not gonna try to downplay who LeBron was playing with to make it seem like it was a little better than what KD did. They both stacked the deck at the time, in my opinion. They both stacked the deck. Now, KD did what Bron did on steroids. I will say that. That what KD did, that was like like you want to do that? All right, bet. And he just took it to a whole other level. But the structure is the same, is what I'm saying.
Definitely.
But my thing is that, I mean, KD had a chance at Oklahoma City. Like, Russ wasn't as far gone as he is now. Mm-hmm. They both blew that 3-1 lead to the
No, for sure. I for sure thought Russ got too much hate for that. That was
they only blamed Russ.
KD's my second favorite player, and I'm saying
like that. They only blamed Russ for that. No, that was both their faults. That was the whole team's fault.
Right.
So that
was like that. You can't blame on one person.
I guess that's more so why we take issue with it, because LeBron wasn't getting that second player that he needed in Cleveland. So I guess that's why we take more issue with it.
Got you. Well, y'all know we could literally debate that topic 24 hours straight. So
it's the 73 and 9 for me. But go ahead. We can end it. We can go into something.
Yeah, no, we for sure go. I know we're gonna have that conversation again.
Yeah.
We can do a whole hour on just that.
But I gotta get to this Kings trade, man. That Kings Pacers trade makes no sense to me.
Really? They say Shaq was trying to clear some cap space.
For what?
Bro, Shaq has been poverty for how long, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
They need to do something, man.
That's what I'm saying. But you had Tyreek. They gave up Halliburton, who was looking very promising, for Sabonis, who
looking promising. But look, they also got Davion Mitchell and Darian Fox. I don't even know why they drafted all of that in the first place. You gotta figure that out, man.
You gotta take best
figure out that backcourt situation, and I feel like they made their choice.
Okay, but that's not the choice I would have made. I mean, I would have waited to the offseason at the very least.
Are you not high on Mitchell?
I'm not saying I'm not high on Mitchell. I'm not. I mean, like I said, I haven't been watching that much. Like I cut on a Lakers game the other night. I watched like.
I know you didn't see last night.
Oh my gosh! Oh my fucking gosh! I cut that on.
My guy's also a Lakers fan, by the way.
Oh, okay. So we all Lakers fans. It's disgusting. We
ain't even gonna
what
talk
Giannis did last night. What Giannis did last night was he was on some despicable type time.
I seen somebody say something. They made a comment like, "I don't ever want to hear AD in the same conversation as Giannis again."
Nope.
And for the first time, I agree.
Yeah.
First time I agree.
Not even close. It's not even close no more.
that conversation is over.
To me, it had ended once he won his second MVP. For me, when Giannis won that second MVP and won Defensive Player of the Year and all that, that's when it was over for me. Like I was like, I'm sorry, like Giannis has surpassed him. That's no hate to AD or nothing like that. AD has the talent to easily be top 5. We've seen him do it, but is he doing it? No.
I was actually calling him top 5 before it was popular to call him top 5.
Yeah, like
he really fell out of the top 5.
He was supposed to be like the next Tim Duncan-like player, but it's looking like Giannis is that actual next Tim Duncan-like player for obvious reasons. Like the boy dropped, what was it, 44 last night on 80% shooting?
44, 14, and 8 on 85%.
Yeah, like, oh my fucking just murdered the Lakers, bro. And his past 2 games against the Lakers have been insane. It's like every big game that he sees now, especially since they wrote him off after supposedly choking in the playoffs, he has not been fucking off like at all. I'm sorry for the language, but that's the only way I can describe it. Right. After that 50 piece that he had in the finals,
bro, the closeout 50.
Yeah, stop playing with that boy. Stop playing with that boy.
Yeah, you got to take your hats off to a guy that in the closeout game comes out and drops 50.
A big 50.
Yeah, just to make sure to put the exclamation point on the series and the season. I think last year he took that step as you know, don't even fucking excuse the language, but please don't mention me with any other big guy in this league right now. Right. He's destroying the league right now. So, hats off to Giannis, man.
Yeah, he's the best power forward in the league, bar none. It's not even close.
I mean, you could argue best player, period. Like,
yeah. To me,
hurt KD. I got KD personally, but he's hurt right now. So I mean,
right now, Giannis to me, it's out of Giannis and Joker.
Giannis
to
KD,
me.
that's it.
To me, it's out of Giannis and Joker.
Hey, it's Giannis.
You said Joker.
Yeah.
Man, you don't get that bum F out of here. No, he ain't even F with Embiid. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro.
Stop. You need to quit, bro.
Stop.
You know you need to quit. You know you need to quit. You know.
Right, so you don't believe in and by the way, we'll finish that because Jeff is a big Joker guy, so I'll give you backup on that too. You don't believe in so you do believe in Halliburton to Indiana? Like, you think that was a great move for them?
I definitely do think that was a great move.
With Brogdon there?
Yeah, even with Brogdon there. Because I think that they either this offseason or something like that, they might somewhat sort of blow it up in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll finally get Miles Turner. Yeah, I think they'll finally get Miles
Turner and Brogdon out of there anyway.
I'm not sure if Brogdon is out of there this season. It might be next season, but I definitely do think Turner is out of there this season or this off season at the very least.
Maybe tomorrow. You know?
Yeah, shit. Maybe.
What about LeVert to Cleveland, man? What y'all thinking about that?
I think that was great for
Cleveland. Already doing good. Like I don't know if they got a new GM or what's going on with them, man. But they did a whole revamp, man. This past year or whatever.
Whoever they got at GM, they should have had him when they had LeBron, because
LeBron was the GM. What you mean?
Right, LeBron is the GM wherever he goes.
The GM.
No, wait, hey, they had a GM.
The GM.
Nah, I think that's a great move, great fit, great. They playing great right now, and I mean, I don't know if y'all will agree, but I honestly think LeVert has bona fide all-star potential in the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In the right situation. I think if they can get that together, I think even if they make playoffs this year, he can make some noise. You know what I'm saying? I remember last time he was by himself. Who the hell was they playing? I forgot who he got stuck by himself last time he was in the playoffs and showed out. And that's when I was like, okay,
yeah, when he was with the Nets, I think it was.
Yeah, I forgot who he was playing that series though. Mm-hmm. He was playing somebody.
I've always been a big Karis LeVert fan ever since he was in college, because he always had the nickname LeVert the Flirt, and because he used to be able to play with the ball and have it on the rope and stuff.
I heard that name.
Yeah, he was flirting with the ball. I think ever since he had that cancer situation, everything, I think he's slowly getting his confidence back and everything like that.
Yeah, I was messed up when I heard about that. Man.
That can take a huge toll on somebody's body and things like that. So, like you said, I definitely do think he has all-star potential. Like, we've seen him play. Like, the kid can play. And they got Jared Allen. They got Darius Garland.
Got a Coro.
So that takes.
They got Kevin Love is actually playing good.
Yeah, that's taking that takes a lot of pressure off
himself.
So he can go back to playing just playing freely.
Right. Yeah, and he really don't have no competition for the two position. Like it's freelance, perfect situation for him. Mm-hmm. What about Covington and Powell to the Clippers?
That was
once they get healthy, obviously. I know right now they don't need much, but for the future, y'all think because I remember I was asking y'all if y'all feel like their windows closed. So it looks like with that they're trying
Clippers.
Clippers,
man. Depends on Kawhi how he comes back, but the window is gonna be with him. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a problem, if he's not the same player, then they're gonna have to do a whole different thing in LA.
I think he'll be fine though. I mean, you seen what Clay just did. Like
they moving into the new building, they got to come in hot, man. So I'm looking for the Clippers to they might do like some blockbuster shit. I think in the offseason.
So you think they're not done?
And I mean, they'll play this out. They'll let this season play out.
Like in the offseason, you think there's still something fun that's going?
Yeah. The guy's going to make a big splash going into that new building over there, man. Which is nice. It's coming along nice. I just saw it recently.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the Clippers are going to be around, even if they have to retool and restart and do things differently, because they're in LA. They're moving into a new place, and their owner is rich.
Very much so. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the luxury tax. You know what I mean? He'll pay the luxury tax already, bro. Right. So, somebody just needs to present him a plan that he thinks will work.
He admitted he don't know jack spit about basketball. He like, look, I hired these dudes. They tell me what they want to do.
Right. Yeah, they present him a plan that says, "Hey, we need to spend, $60 million on these two guys."
Don't it be crazy how, like, us three can literally probably have more of a conversation about basketball than if you randomly take like three owners minus like Mark Cuban. Like,
yeah, crazy.
We'll go have a conversation and get three NBA owners to have a conversation, and they probably gonna be stuck. Not gonna know what the hell we talking about.
Yeah, and that's the same in the NFL too. And that's why they hire like they do, because sometimes they would rather be talking to a white guy. You know what I'm saying? They feel more comfortable.
Gotcha.
Having things explained to them by somebody that looks like them.
Right.
That's a whole nother show as well.
For sure.
Yeah, but
I think we took a lot of time with the Golden State Jordan stuff, so we're gonna move to this these All-Star reserves. So me and Isaiah had this conversation last week. I gave him my list. From what I'm seeing, I think everybody I called for, because I accidentally deleted my list, but I think everybody that I called for, I think I hit it right on the money, except DeJounte wasn't. DeJounte and Melo weren't chosen immediately. I think that somebody had to get hurt, and then they let them in. I felt Melo should have been there instead of Middleton. And on the West, I felt Murray should have made it over Draymond. But after the injuries happened, they literally had my list like right on the money.
You know who I realized we didn't mention last time who should have made it over Wiggins? Brandon Ingram should have easily made it over Wiggins.
Really?
Quite comfortably.
I mean, he hasn't really been playing, has he?
I don't give a damn. Like Wiggins shouldn't have made it.
I think he missed too many games.
I don't care. Wiggins shouldn't have made it.
No, I mean, I agree. Wiggins shouldn't be there. It was like 4 or 5 people we named that, like, you know what I'm saying? But so we got.
I haven't seen a ton of Cleveland play. Mm-hmm. Actually, no games, but the Darius Garland was a surprise for me.
I wasn't surprised about that. They had to get it.
He's been playing good.
They've been balling. They had to get one in. It was either out of him or
what
Jared Allen.
surprised me is that Jared Allen was left off. I think Jared Allen should have made it.
I mean, he should be there. I would put him over Middleton. I haven't seen like a whole bunch of Milwaukee games from what I've been seeing from Milwaukee fans. They've been saying Drew Holiday been playing better than Middleton, to be real. I don't know. I think that must have just been like a formality pick where it was like, Milwaukee wins.
Like a championship team.
Yeah, we're gonna grab something, just like how they did with Draymond all them damn years.
Like we can't just have one guy from the championship squad. Let's get another guy.
My boy Van Vliet made it. I had called for him to make it. Zach LaVine, James Harden, Jimmy Butler. And
I thought Ball was going to make the team, man.
You said who?
LaMelo.
You said you didn't.
He did after somebody. He did after KD got injured.
Yeah, he got in through an injury. So but I had him making the team though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I
feel like he should have made the squad.
Originally, but
outright.
I'm glad they got it right. So it's like I can't say got it right, but he should have been there to begin with. So that was the Eastern Conference. So in the West Conference, we got Booker, Luka, obviously, Gobert. This one I didn't agree with. Draymond, but he's not playing anyway. We got Donovan Mitchell, DeJounte Murray, Chris Paul, Karl Anthony Towns. So, yeah, from what I remember, I was pretty right on the money. Anything stand out to y'all on the West? Somebody y'all think?
I mean, it's pretty standard.
Do y'all think Draymond should have made it?
No.
Nope. Not even maybe. Nope.
I don't like, Gobert, I feel like makes the team by default, bro.
Don't tell this guy that. That's a Gobert.
I won't say by default. Like
they need. It's like insert big man here.
I had him on my list. I ain't gonna even though I feel like Gobert is overrated. I do feel that. But I did have him on my All-Star list.
Well, I don't necessarily have somebody in mind, a big man that should have made it over him. So.
He was last on my list, though. To be fair, I think
that's what I'm saying. This is not
another
big man who should have made it over him.
Draymond. I think that was what I did.
No, I agree, Isaiah. It's tough to just say, okay, well, we should have went with this guy over him. And that's the thing too. That's why it's almost a default. It's like
But they got 3 centers.
He's just good enough to not be passed over.
I agree. Because, I mean, who else was you going to put there? I mean, Kawhi's injured. PG's injured. So
I feel like Ayton, he was in the conversation before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
but he's hurt.
DeAndre Ayton over him if all things, if he wasn't hurt.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I had to pick a center, Towns, I'm taking him over Gobert. I don't care about records. Towns, to me,
Easy call. Yeah. I just had to get that in about Gobert.
So y'all, it sounds like for the most part, y'all.
Everybody else is cool. Draymond is sketchy. Draymond is sketch, but they're having a great year.
If they would have left Murray off, I'd be ranting right now. Like, I would have really been pissed off about that because that ain't cool. That wasn't cool to me at all.
He got added after the fact too. He got added.
He got added after Draymond got injured.
Because Draymond couldn't play. I could tell y'all somebody I would have put over Draymond too. Jaren Jackson. I would put him. I would put him there over Draymond.
Agreed.
So I mean, I think Draymond getting there based on again, like I was saying with Middleton, kind of like the formality thing. Warriors are top 2 in the league or top 2 in the West, whatever they are right now. But I mean, Wiggins shouldn't have been there at all. I feel like he took somebody's spot. So that that was a problem for me. And I don't know how you get in with 18 and 2, but especially on a team like that.
I'm more Draymond than Wiggins though.
Oh, for sure, 100%. We said that on the last show, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure, Draymond over Wiggins. All right, man. Last but not least, the breaking news that the MLB decided to get rid of the rule for steroid testing. They're not testing for steroid use anymore. Which is
that a real thing?
So
you gotta be. You gotta be kidding me.
Here is that it says that because the bargaining agreement has expired, because they're in a lockout right now, that they're gonna stop testing the players for steroids. But even still, Rob Manfred, you son of a bitch. You are
he was just talking about how terrible he was last week.
He is single-handedly ruining the sport of baseball with his fuckery bullshit. Please get him out of that office. Please. I can enjoy baseball again.
The thing though, if they say when a commission is there for so long, usually it means the owners feel like that he's doing a good job. Just like people hate Roger Goodell, but the NFL owners, I guess, love him.
There's just no way an owner can sit there and tell me with a straight face that they believe Robert Manfred is doing a good job with the MLB. There's just no way.
They locked the players out. They gotta agree with him. It's clear that
right now he's on 18 for sure.
They locked the players out. This isn't the players doing this. Is the owners doing this. So the MLB is all fucked up, bro. But we'll talk about. So I think what this is saying, okay, I don't know when we're going to start the season or if we're going to start it on time or not, because it doesn't look like they are.
Oh yeah, they're not starting on time.
Pitchers and catchers will be reporting like this week, and that's already not happening. So spring training is already in jeopardy. I think they're just saying y'all can go ahead and
do you spit for right now?
They're like, hey, go ahead and roll it up, and we'll give you sufficient time when the testing does restart to get clean before we start it up again. So
let me ask you this, because I asked him this last week. Do you feel like them cracking down on the use of steroids has hurt the game, as far as like talent wise?
The competitiveness?
Yeah.
So what I noticed about baseball, bro, is they just move on to the next cheat code. Right? They stopped the steroids, so they got to beating on trash cans and shit. You know the whole Houston thing.
Right.
They got caught doing that, then they start putting extra grip on the pitchers start putting the extra grip thing on the ball. Now they got a damn near strip when they come off the field. Baseball, and before the steroids, they were taking greenies and the little, uppers and shit before the games. Baseball is always going to move on to the next cheat or advantage or edge that they try to get. These guys are gladiators, bro. They play 108 162 games in 180 days, basically. And it's a grind, bro. They gonna always look for something to keep that, give them the edge to keep going, day in, day out, man, because the season is grueling.
Yeah, like he said, playing 162 games in 180 days, give or take, is
give or take.
People don't understand how
with
taxing
travel
is on the travel is taxing on the body.
You're talking about how baseball makes so much than all these other sports. It's like, I mean, they play 1 million games. Like sometimes they play in the same team for like 3-4 days straight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with just thinking about back when I used to play travel baseball and we'd have to play 2 games in a day, like with a doubleheader or something like that, and you might play maybe 4 games that weekend, and you'd have maybe like a weekend in between where you didn't play a tournament and then go again the next weekend. So like every other week you're playing a tournament. Imagine doing that like 3 or 4 times. I mean, doing that twice a week, having a tournament twice a week.
Right.
So it's like
with travel.
Yeah, with travel. And like we're only driving to because I'm from Florida, so we're driving from Jacksonville to Orlando, which might be like 2.5 hours. These dudes are flying cross country. So like we said, baseball was at its peak when steroid use was happening. It was at its peak. They had the highest viewership and everything like that. So they just gotta figure something out, bro. I'm so just fucking tired of Rob Manfred. Like, bro, he is just a terrible commissioner. The owners need to work with the players to make this lockout in, whether it's lowering the amount of games or stretching out the season or whatever needs to happen. Something needs to happen because this is ridiculous.
Do they need to play all them damn games, bro? I'm just saying.
I think they could shorten the season to like.
When I be looking at
like 100 games, I think that'd be
games and stuff. It seemed like whatchamacallit, like a lot of them games be empty, like because they play so they're many throughout the season. So it's like you be seeing them hit they walk offs and they hitters and all of that, and it'd be completely empty a lot of the time because it's like they got so many damn games. You know what I'm saying? Versus
it's a game on a weeknight. People got to go to work and school. You know what I'm saying? They just played last night.
In the middle of the day, on a weekday.
Yeah. They just played last night. We went to the game. Shit, I'm not coming back out here tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, 140, I think is a good sweet spot.
What's that right now? 180?
It's 162.
I think for me, I think 120 would be
even 120 is 120 is fun.
Why do you need 100-something games?
I mean, because
you want the pitchers to rotate and go through all the whole thing that makes a baseball team good. So you don't want to play too short a season. You kind of dilute the postseason that way. I feel like. Right. You play over 100 games, you really see who are the better teams, who are the top teams, and then you let those guys play off. But 162, man, it might be time to look at that. If the guys are complaining about that, but are they gonna get them some money back? They ain't gonna get the money back.
Right.
Right now they're being paid for 162. Yeah. The owners are gonna say, well, hell, shit, I'm not gonna pay for that many games. I'm not gonna pay you that much.
Yeah.
So shit, it may not be a season, guys.
You think so?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like
we said the same thing in 2011, and then remember for the NBA, and remember ended up, doing that 4th season where they tried to fit all them crazy amount of games, and honestly, I don't care what nobody say. I think that's what the demise of Derrick Rose was when they did that. That's the same season
that and Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau shouldn't have had him out there, but I do definitely.
I mean, that's fair, but Rose was Thibodeau does ride his players hard, but even during the regular season, Rose I think he had missed like half the season.
No, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
60
No,
games
like,
they crunch together.
yeah, I'm saying I agree because like we saw during that season, you had a whole crap load of injuries during that season. The plenty of players.
Right.
Because,
They squeeze in like 60 games.
Yeah, it was like 62 games from
Christmas. It changed the course of his whole career. Like Rose,
yeah, like there's
Rose
no way
like
you can play 62 games that fast. There's just no way you can play 62 games that fast. No. Mm-mm.
Right. When that's when Mike Brown won 42 games and they fired him. I remember that.
Yeah, he made the playoffs and they still fired him.
So I mean, that I think that especially when you got that many games, like there got to be some hope there. Maybe there is only half a season or something. Like when's the last MLB lockout that happened?
94 they did not play. No, the players went on strike during the season, I believe, and then they canceled the World Series. There was no World Series play, no playoffs, nothing.
So there was no 94 World Series champion.
Oh.
Yeah, 94, 95, it was the most significant lockout, yeah.
It was a strike though, right?
Yeah, it was a strike, yeah.
Right? They didn't end up missing no games when the NFL did theirs some years ago.
The last strike I remember, they had scabs, so replacement players
in the NFL. That was you talking about that last one? That was just like 6-7 years ago.
No, that was replacement refs that they had that year.
They didn't miss games. They didn't miss games.
That's what I was saying. I don't think they missed no games that last.
They didn't miss games the last one, but before, back in the day, they played with replacement players, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Shit was an embarrassment. You had like plumbers and dentists and shit out there. Out there balling, yeah. It was despicable.
Time to be alive, boy. I would have been out there trying to get my shine on, boy.
Yeah, too bad you wasn't old enough back then, bro. You would have got a shot. You could have got a shot. They was taking anybody.
Man, if this year they end up, making the call again,
Yeah.
If they trying to get replacement players for the MLB,
I've been hearing
that
baseball has been dying already. Like I remember growing up, baseball was always America's like most popular sport by far, and it's like now it's like they, if they already dying and then you have a lockout on top of that, it's like
football is king, bro. Baseball has to figure out their brother problem, man. Plain as that. I'm gonna leave that right there. They need to figure out how to get more brothers interested in playing baseball. Then it becomes a more desirable to watch on TV sport.
And then the ones that are great, there's always like some other sport that be pulling them in that they feel is more lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Football's killing them, man. With that, that. Well, now they're up to like 3-4 nights a week.
So much for that Kyler Murray take I had earlier of him going back to his sport.
You don't think he would do it during a lockout?
Yeah. Oh no.
Shit, he could be thinking, he might know something we don't about getting traded.
Yeah, I think it's that, or he's trying to get some more money by the league because his contract is coming up soon.
Do you think
he went number one? He's locked in. Those guys are locked into. He's got an option year, right? That's
He's
other than that.
That's what I'm saying. He's got his 5th year option year.
Yeah.
But, he wants to get that bag secured before what I'm saying, before that they even get to that point.
Yeah. Like Mahomes, like they did Mahomes.
Yeah, but he ain't getting no Mahomes bag. He can forget that. He can forget that.
Yeah.
Do y'all think it's possible a player in today's climate can play both sports at the same time, like how Bo Jackson or Deion did?
It depends on what position they play and how many games they would be required to play. Because, like I said, football is extremely taxing on the body because that's a truly physical sport. And then, like we said, you play so many games in baseball.
I think it can only be baseball, football.
Yeah. Like it can't be basketball, baseball.
No,
it can't be like
no.
that.
Basketball, you have to have a little bit different body composition than
Kyrie,
in football.
Kyrie part-time right now? What you mean?
Huh?
Kyrie part-time right now? What you mean?
But
no,
I think
Kyrie couldn't play no football though. You know what I mean? And then go play hoop. It's got to be football, baseball. I don't even see basketball, baseball. So, could it be done? I think so. One of them would have to be not all the way though. So you know what I'm saying? You would either have to play half of a football season or half of a baseball season. I don't think you could do both of them.
So how was they able to get this shit done?
You said
no, Bo didn't come to the Raiders until like week 8, bro. Week 7.
So he just didn't play at all. And then
he just wasn't there.
Deion was doing.
You seen the clip of Deion flying from Atlanta to where was he going?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think so, for a playoff game or whatever. Yeah, because the seasons overlap. Like the baseball season ain't done till October, November.
Like, especially if you go to the postseason.
Yeah.
So Deion's the only one that did that. Bo would just, his contract was worked out to where he would just finish playing baseball, then come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's y'all?
And baseball and basketball kind of run. Well, no, they don't. It definitely couldn't be football, basketball. You would be playing like at the same time. And you just can't do it because you got to get kind of skinny and build your wind up to play basketball. And football, you need to get a little bulky to be able to take the hits and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So the body composition on the football, basketball, no. I think you could do the baseball, football. I think you could. And then, like Isaiah said, position that you play would also play a role. Like you couldn't play quarterback and pitch.
Before we get up out of here, what's y'all take on give y'all take on Bo, man? Talk y'all spit, Raider fans.
On who?
On Bo Jackson all time as a running back.
Oh, he could have been one. I mean, the only reason
I know he was cut short, because
his career got cut real freaking short. I mean, it is what it is. Dude, like, bro, just see, because obviously I didn't see it firsthand, too young. I was born in 97, so. But just seeing clips of him, like, that's who, like, Derrick Henry is mighty like, is like Bo Jackson, bro. Like, a tank that moves really fast. Like
well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm old enough to remember when Bo Jackson won the Heisman at Auburn. So, power and impact at point of attack. I can see you with the Henry reference. So think of Henry, but think of Henry with like damn near Tyreek speed.
Yeah,
that was Bo Jackson.
He was definitely faster than Henry. Yeah, he was
a 230-pound man who could race wide receivers and cornerbacks and shit, and if not beat them, definitely be like damn near like, right there at the wire as they leaning through.
That's ridiculous.
So that was Bo. That was Bo Jackson. And I wish he would have just played football, man. He would have been in better, more, football is a different thing, boy. You gotta be ready to fall and get hit and all that stuff. And when you just playing it part-time, I think that contributed to the him not being able to last. But a factoid too, I'm also old enough that I was at the game when Bo got hurt, bro, in the playoffs. It was at the Coliseum. We was playing the Bengals in the playoffs. We thought Bo was coming back in the game. That's how much we didn't know it was career ending. When people be like, "Oh, damn, you were there, y'all saw him get hurt, huh?" But we didn't know the impact until way later.
Mm-hmm. Usually the ones that don't, look that bad be the worst.
Yeah.
The ones that look like it was something crazy clash, they be hopping right back up or be right back in the game. But ones where like you ain't even really see what happened, or he just all of a sudden like he just started limping, or he just super pain, or sometimes not even in that much pain, but he just walked off. Is like them be the ones now where I'll be like, okay, like it might be something up. Like I remember Rondo. He said they just said like something was bugging him, like he was on his way to the game, and they were like, yeah, he's just saying like his knee is bugging him or something. He just played last night, but I don't know. He's saying something's wrong. 2 hours later, they reporting that it's a torn ACL. Klay Thompson in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like
to go back out there.
He came to shoot the free throws. Like, oh yeah, I'll be right back. He didn't play for a whole 2 years after that.
Yeah.
So them be the ones.
Also, that game, we beat the Bengals, who's going to the Super Bowl right now. And Marcus Allen finished that game up, man, and had like $150.
Wait a minute. There was a backfield that existed with Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson.
You know this? That was the fattest backfield in the land, my boy.
Yes. Marcus would go over and play a little fullback when Bo came. So we start off the first 8 games or so with just straight Marcus. And then, you know, when Bo came, Marcus would switch over to a little fullback. And then what you don't know about Marcus Allen, because you're not a Raiders fan and you guys are young, Marcus Allen was as good a slot receiver as there is in the game today, right now. So with Marcus, you didn't need a third down back. He was that guy. So now, when you got both of them in the game, instead of bringing in a slot receiver, you just put Marcus out in the slot.
That's ridiculous.
With Bo at the single back. that used to happen, bro.
That take you to a different time in Raider history.
Yeah. So we beat the Bengals, and then we got blew out by the Bills the next week, 51-3, up in the snow without Bo. And yeah, that's how that went. They went on to lose their first Super Bowl to the Giants after that.
Thanks for the history lesson. But all right, man, I appreciate y'all, man. We hit a milestone. This is by far our longest episode yet. We usually short and sweet, man, but we got into a lot of stuff today, man. So great.
You did. I had a great time.
Yeah, appreciate y'all for pulling up once again, man. Thank y'all. Thanks to y'all for tuning in. Continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Let's take this to the first extent, man. And continue to leave y'all feedback. Y'all can hit us on All Grind Sports on all platforms. You can Google All Grind Sports, Instagram All Grind Sports, Facebook, Twitter. All Grind Sports, man. And you'll find us. YouTube, All Grind Sports. And we got plenty of more content coming for y'all. Hopefully we see y'all next week after the Super Bowl with the results, and hopefully my guys bring you home, man.
I'm telling you, Joe Shiesty
line right now. So
Joe Shiesty.
He got the glasses back on.
Yes, sir. Joe Shiesty. I'm rolling with him, man. And one more thing. Shout out to Cliff Branch for finally getting let in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, they let him in?
They finally let my boy in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Cliff Branch, the original Tyreek Hill, if you will, one of the fastest receivers you'll ever see. Finally got in the Hall of Fame when he should have been in the Hall. So shout out to Cliff Branch and his family for.
Oh man, that's a cause for a little bit of a celebration, man.
Yes, sir.
He absolutely deserved it. That's our second guy that they waited to put in after they passed away, but we'll take it.
Yeah. So.
Got you. All right, man. Well,
peace,
thank you for tuning in to the All Grind Sports Show. See y'all later, man. Peace.